Tap in.
Tap in collective. This is God's Major Oracle, and I'm Major Oracle. Please subscribe if you're new. Give me a like if you like. Share this video. You might be helping a friend. Leave me a comment. Let me know about yourself, your story, your insight, what you believe. Also hit that notification bell to all so you know when I upload daily. Now, I have a new form, a way of reading. This has never been done before on YouTube, and this is ancient knowledge, what I'm giving you here. Now, tonight, what we'll be doing is movie night with God's Major Oracle. Now, all of us grew up watching certain movies. We all have favorite movies, and we have movies that we're attracted to. Now, people wonder how could they use their intuition? How could they get messages from God and spirit and your spirit team? Things that will help you in your life. People turn to card readings because it's part of them. You don't realize, but it's part of your contract, your soul contract. So you're here for a reason. Now, ever since you was little, you would sit down, watch movies with your family. Even present day, you will watch movies. So this goes from the beginning, when you could remember your first favorite cartoons or movies. I just heard a honk. That's confirmation. Now, you saw cartoons and movies that you was just attracted to. Now, have you ever heard of an angel called a muse? Now, see, all these people that wrote these movies, and this goes for music and this goes for books as well. There was always a muse angel standing by that prophet. Now, you have good prophets, you have bad prophets. You got to use your discernment, because God did say, beware of the false prophet. He never denied there being a prophet. Okay? Now, me personally, I'm an oracle. I embody all four empresses or queens on the board. I'm a hierophant, an empress, an earth angel, an oracle, a prophet, a guide. I'm an alchemist. The list goes on. A star seed, a chosen one, enlightened. I am on my soul's journey. I promise you. And that's where we all should be, collective. Now, I just pulled out a few of the movies that I grew up to, and it resonated with me growing up. Now, what I want you to do, collective, is do the same thing. Sit down. If you want, pull up Google. Search the titles of the cartoons and the movies you will watch growing up till present day. Because I promise you, there's a message in every movie that you see, in every song that you hear, and in every book that you read. There is a movie. And it all starts with the title. And it goes into the year of when the movie was done. Okay, now for example, there's a specific movie. Give me one moment so I can find it. Now, every movie resonates to your life story, your life's path. Every movie you think of, every movie that you're attracted to is for a reason. And again, this goes for movies, this goes for books, and this goes for music. Now, I've just wrote some of the many, many movies that call out to me personally. Okay, one of the movies, the name is Major League. Do you guys remember this movie, Major League? It was written, well, it was filmed in 1989. Now, if you add up 1989, it adds up to 27. The age of 27 could be significant for myself. So the movie that is calls out to you, add up the year. See what age was that significant to you. Now, the name of this is Major League. And it's crazy because now I have a channel that's called God's Major Oracle. Now, if I go into the brief summary of the movie, it says a new owner of a Cleveland Indian formed showgirl Rachel Phelps, which is Margaret Whitten, as a sweetheart, deals to move the team to Miami. But to break the lease with the city of Cleveland, ticket sales have to plummet. So Phelps hired the most incompetent players available, including a nearly blind pitcher, Ricky Vaughn, which plays Charlie Sheen, and an injured pitcher catcher, Jake Taylor, Tom Bergens. But her tactics accidentally forced and fostered a can do team of spirits, turning the Indians into potential winners. Now, how this relates to me is the name Major, for one, and this talks about moving. So, this could talk about me moving either when I was 26 or current day. Take it as it resonates. The names in this description could also be significant to myself or you yourself with the movies that you watch. For example, the name Jake or the name Tom or the name Charlie. And this talks about she fostered a team that developed a can-do spirit, turning the Indians into potential winners. So to me, this calls out like spirit is talking to me. And I can't give up. And regardless of, what goes on in the world, I will be a winner. And even the photo, as you can see, can be significant. It's about a player, a game called life, for example. Now, the age of 27 could be significant to myself, which it is. Now, you take it as it resonates to the movies that call out to you. Now, I'm just going to go off and read some of the summaries to some of the movies that I have here in front of me. For example, I have Elvira, the Mistress of the Dark. The horror movie host turns a prudent community on its ears when she arrives in town to claim her inheritance. We all know Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. She was a hierophant. She was also chosen. She was gifted. And she was left an inheritance that was taken from her, but she gained it back. She had to put up a fight, but she gained it back. And it spoke of a evil person. In this movie, it was her uncle that was trying to steal her inheritance, something that belonged to her. See, and that's significant to myself because I got something similar that had happened to me. Now, the movie was done in 1988. Now you add 1988, that adds up to 26. The age of 26 would be significant to myself. Now, we all love the movie Elvira. Now we have other movies here, for example. I have the movie here, Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice is about a young girl that moves in out of the city into the suburbs with her parents. Her parents were two very karmic people. The movie was done in 1988, so the age of 26 could be significant for myself. Now, this girl was chosen. She had the sight to see the dead. Now, that's something that is a gift. See, in these movies, it's portrayed as, oh, she was crazy. She was just emo, a sad little girl, didn't have friends. No, she was a gifted young female that her gifts should have been nurtured. And that's what I feel about myself. My gifts should have been nurtured. See, and this girl could commune with the dead. And that's a form of necromancy, for example. Now, you can also find out about yourself through these movies. Read the summary, check the year out, add the numbers up, and the dates could be significant to a year of birth of your own. And what was Beetlejuice? An evil spirit, an entity from the beyond that was after her, that wanted to marry her, that wanted to take over her life by any means, even by trying to take her parents from her. That's the movie Beetlejuice. We have The Color Purple. The Color Purple is about a woman, a young woman, that was put into a karmic relationship at a young age. She had children with a man that basically failed her. This movie was done in 1985. You add up 1985, that goes up to the year 23 years old. So the year for 23, when I was 23, is significant to this message and to myself. And at 23, I was in a karmic relationship. But it goes back to, once she stand in her power, she broke free from this abuser of hers. Now the next movie is Wild Thing from 1987. It goes back to the year of 25. So again, that the year 25 is significant to myself. The movie Wild Thing is about a young man that wasn't part of society. He lived in the wild. They tried to reform him to make him into what they wanted to make him into. And at times, I take it like a person was young and they were a wild thing. That's what the people that were hurting him were trying to make society feel about him, like he was just a wild thing. No, he was wild because something happened to him. Some type of trauma happened to him. Now I have the movie The Labyrinth from 1986. Add up those numbers, that's 24 years old. Now this talks about the Goblin King, a young woman trying to go through a maze. She's basically making a deal with like an evil entity to take her brother if she went through the maze. But at the end of the movie, this young woman changed her mind. She loved her brother. By the end of the movie, she realized the value of her little brother. And she realized that this beautiful, handsome man had no good intentions for herself. But in the movie, she was going through a maze that could have been the obstacles that I went through in life. And it was also teaching me who was good and who wasn't, what way to go and what way not to go. And the year of 24 could be significant to myself. And all these movies, they are totally personally significant to me. You yourself write down what movies pop out to you. You could go from the year you was born to the year you watched them, and so on and so forth, different levels in your life. You could even do current time movies. Right now, I'm doing old school movies. I'll be doing more videos like this. All my videos are timeless. This video and all my videos, when they find you, that's when the message is for you. I also have here The Golden Child. I'm going to look this up, the summary, because I would like to read it. Okay, we have the movie The Golden Child. After a Tibetan boy, mystical golden child, is kidnapped by the evil by the evil monks, mankind's fate hanged in the balance. On the other side of the world in Los Angeles, the Princess Nee seeks the chosen one who will save the boy from death. When Nee sees the social worker challenge, she challenges back. On television, this discussion has the ability to find missing children. Now, this speaks of a chosen one. This speaks of a golden child. This pops out to me because I am a chosen one. I was a golden child, or am. The age 24 is significant to myself. Again, this speaks about missing children. This speaks about a child that was chosen. This speaks about a child that saves others, with a child with special abilities. So this is what this title is saying to me, myself. And today in present day, what do? I am a reader. I am a chosen one. We also have The Karate Kid. There's certain movies I would like to look up the title. Give me one moment. Now we got The Karate Kid. And who we had with The Karate Kid? We had Mr. Miyagi. He had a sensei, someone that was teaching him discipline. Or he became a sensei. You take this as it resonates. The Karate Kid is an American martial arts drama film. It teaches his balance, dedication, commitment, and friendship. See, Mr. Miyagi taught the Karate Kid about meditation, about himself. Here it says Daniel Russo and his mother have moved to Los Angeles from Newark, New Jersey at the start of the school year, befriended a classmate he came into conflict with. That's when he sought out Mr. Miyagi because a gang of boys were beating him up. And Mr. Miyagi basically taught him about himself, taught him about his path, his guided him, and trained him after being beat up by the Cobra Kai. Daniel finds an unlikely friend in Mr. Miyagi. And in the end of the movie, Daniel-san, he became a master at what he does. And they went on into part one. We have part one, we have part two, we have part three. We even have Cobra Kai. And all those movies are significant to me because as each movie passed, Daniel-san elevated in each movie. He became a very disciplined person. And currently he is walking on his life path. And that's exactly what I'm doing today. Stand and Deliver. Stand and Deliver is about a person that stood up, had deliverance, taught other people deliverance. This movie was from 1988. The age of 26 is significant. We have Little Shop of Horrors. It's from 1986 and the age 24 is significant. And I'm going to tell you something about these years after I let you know about all these movies. Now, the Little Shop of Horror is what? We all know the Little Shop of Horror. It's about an evil space plant that Seymour had to continuously feed people to. So this talked about an evil in his life, just eating at him and eating at him. We have the movie Stand By Me from 1986. Add up all those numbers, that goes to the age of 24. and which is significant to me. Now, Stand By Me is about a group of boys that sought out to go into a journey on a path, on a road, to find themselves together. In the end, it talks about how each one of them had an outcome, a different outcome in life as they got older. One was killed in a bar fight, one went on to teach. But all this group of boys, they went out on the path together. They all walked in their path. And part of that path is they solved a murder case, an unsolved case. Okay? They found someone's body. They helped lay that boy to rest. So in the end, they found peace after finding themselves that summer. They were never the same again after that summer, but because of that summer, they grew. Now, like I said, each movie, you take it as it resonates for yourself. Get 10 cards. Write the 10 titles of the 10 movies that popped out at you from when you was young. Write the years down. Add up the numbers. See what age is significant to you. Look up the summary of the movie. And it could be significant to you with names, dates, and situations. Like, for example, the Karate Kid or The Golden Child speaks of a chosen one. We also have The Sixth Sense. The Sixth Sense is about a young little boy that ends up speaking to a therapist that did not know he was passed on. This little boy had a sixth sense. He could commune with the dead. Necromancy. We have 1999. That year could be significant. The year of the movie could be significant to yourself. Add that together. This one says 28. So 28 could be significant to myself. And this is about a little boy that he was scared because he didn't know his gifts at first, because he could commune with the dead. And it talks about him helping spirits cross over. I also do that. Now we have the movie Splash from 1984. 22 is significant. It's about a mermaid that walked on land but also was in the ocean. She met Tom Hanks. She loved him. She wanted to be with him, but she couldn't because she was from a different world. She was a divine being and he was a karmic. We have the movie The Believers. And this is about Sheen, Charlie Sheen's father, Sheen, The Believers from 1987. Add that together, that's the age of 25. Now, The Believers is about a man that had a young boy that he had a covenant after him and his son. During this time, this little boy had lost his mother, and his father remarried, had a new wife, and this new wife started doing witchcraft, supposed of protection, to protect the child. In this movie, The Believers, the little boy, you see things like Santeria, candle magic, sacrifice. This movie is crazy. You guys got to see that movie from 1987, The Believers. So overall, this was a man that was going through issues because of voodoo and spell work, incantations. And he was trying to save his son the whole time. And I could resonate with this because I've had people to throw at me and that would affect those I love. And in this movie, he's trying to protect those he loves. We got the movie The Principal from 1987. Adds up to 25 years. The Principal is about a man that's trying to lead kids into a more righteous path, to teach kids, okay? I am a teacher. That's what I'm doing here, trying to lead people into a more righteous path. Now, all these titles and years, it would be significant to you because Spirit has a message for you within these movies that are near and dear to your heart, to your upbringing. We have the movie Goonies. Goonies, when you think of Goonies, what do you think? An adventure for treasure. and they're sticking together, walking on a path. This is from 1985. Break it down. The year 23 is significant for myself. And what do they say? What's their slogan? Goonies never die. Growing up, I always heard that phrase. And being a chosen one, you always have something or something playing against you, throwing at you. But Goonies never die. We also have the movie Lean on Me from 1989. At that, that's the age of 27. Lean on Me is about a man that's a principal that is trying to teach children from the hood that they can be better, that they can grow, that they can elevate. And again, this is what I'm trying to do. We got the movie Candyman from 1992. The age of 21 is significant for myself because this is my movie lineup. Now, Candyman is what? A guy trying to lure, I'm not going to say innocent because he would get to people that were guilty as well. He played like a form of an undertaker, but he was a evil voodoo priest, the spirit of an evil voodoo priest that was after the souls of the young ones. This is why they called him the Candyman. We have the Return of Oz. Now, the Return of Oz is like what? Part 2 of the Wizard of Oz. It talks about how in the Wizard of Oz, it's all messed up. The yellow brick road. Now, I'm going to be specific with this one. Let me look up this title collective. Give me one moment. Now, you all could get a piece of paper, get a pen, sit down, write your movies out from present time to the past, and start seeing what Spirit has for you, what messages Spirit has for you, God has for you. Now, with the return of Wizard of Oz, everything is messed up in ruins in Oz. Dorothy comes back to save Oz. She goes on an adventure to rescue the Tin Man, the Cowardly Lion, and all the rest of her friends. Now, I could take this is significant to me because on my journey, I have those that I care for, those that I love, that I do the same for. We also have the movie The Dark Crystal. The Dark Crystal is a real crazy cartoon, but they also have a cartoon movie of it. It's from 1982, and all added together, the year 20 years old is significant. In The Dark Crystal, you have a young one, a nymph, trying to save the city. And in The Dark Crystal, you see the spirits, you see the ancestors, you see the guides. Now, give me one moment because I would love to read The Dark Crystal's movie summary. And even the name Crystal could be significant for myself, which it is. I have a family member by that name. Now, collective, don't forget to share, like, subscribe. Leave me a comment of what you think. What's your favorite movies? Now we have Jen, raised by the noble race of the nymphs, has been told that he is the last survivor of his own race. He set out to try to find the Dark Crystal, a powerful gem that once provided balance to the universe. After the crystal was broken, the evil users, the sinisters, meaning to gain control, Jen believes that he can repair the Dark Crystal and bring peace to the world. So that's what the movie The Dark Crystal is about. And the movie The Secret Nymph from 1982 is something similar. It's about a chosen one. listening to the ancestors in order to save others. And that's exactly what I'm doing here. This is going to help you open up your intuition, bring you personal messages. You don't always have to pay readers to read. You could read yourself. And like I said at the end, I was going to give you guys a nice tip with this ancient knowledge I'm giving you. Then we have the year 1982, and this goes for all these movies. Let's break down to a 1, a 9, a 8, and a 2. Those could be lotto numbers. You could play straight and box. And if you win something, holla at me. Drop me a tip. I do have my email in the About Me tab. I also have my Amazon wish list. I also have my PayPal at Godsmajororacle. Again, collective, give me a like if you like. I'll be doing more videos explaining ancient knowledge. Leave me a comment, share, tell a friend. You never know who you helping out. And also leave me a comment about your favorite movies and what calls out to you and what message you get from the movies that resonate with you. Okay, collective, may your neighbors respect you, trouble neglect you, angels protect you, and heaven accept you. Now it's time to tap out, collective. And as always, peace be unto you.